Welcome back to my channel. Lots of things to teach you today. We're going to talk today about products and we're going to do a test. So first of all, you need a surface to do your pour. And there's so many beautiful surfaces you can use. This is a wood lid on a wire basket. This is a wood basket with a lid. That's one of the surfaces that you can use. You can also, and this is going to be in a video, but I'm saving it for St. Valentine's. So let's put it aside. Or you can use a canvas. And these are the canvas that I like to use. The links to them are on the description for the video. So please find them because they're already pre-gesso and you don't have to do anything to prep them. If you buy any other canvas, I recommend that you put a coat of gesso over the canvas. Okay, you need gloves, and I do reuse my gloves. I let them to dry in here, and sometimes when they're extremely dirty, I throw them away, but most of the time I reuse them. Okay, you need also these sticks, and I also reuse them. You see, instead of putting them underwater and letting that paint go into your sink, I use a paper towel and I wipe them with a paper towel. And I do also reuse the paper towels. You're gonna also need plastic cups to do your pour and to put your paints, and I do not reuse the plastic cup, but some people do. I don't, because it's very hard to take the dry paint from them, and I don't want those particles into my pour. Okay, so you need to have a pouring medium, and I use several types of pouring mediums, and I will tell you all about them. Okay. So you can use this alone. That is good to use alone. And there's two different types of Floetrol. There's the one by Floetrol, and this one is called Floetrol in Europe, but here in the States, in the United States, it's called Easy Flow. So you can use this alone as a pouring medium, or you can use this one, Liquitex Pouring Medium, alone, or you can use this one, Paint Easy. Now, these are the ones that I recommend. I have used this one alone, but I don't have as much success as if I put it with other mediums. So what I recommend is two different types of pouring medium that I like. I like to use the GAC 800 with the Liquitex Pouring Medium, one part of the GAC 800, one part of the Liquitex Pouring Medium, and half of this. So you can put two, and one of these. That's one of the pouring mediums that I use, pouring mixes. So I will repeat, 2 parts of the GAC 800, 2 parts of the Liquitex Pouring Medium, and 1 part of the Floetrol. That's one of the pouring mediums that I use. I also like to use one where I put 2 parts of the Liquitex Pouring Medium and 1 part of the XIM. But some of the pours that I did with that alone were crazy. So I had some cracks on them and I didn't like that. So I did another pouring medium, which I put 1 part of the GAC 800, 1 part of the Liquitex, and 1 part of the XIM. I have used also that pouring medium. I also have used the Paint Easy alone as a pouring medium, although it not always have good success. So I put it aside, and right now I am using either the pouring medium with these 3 components or the pouring medium with these 3 components. And you'll find in my videos the recipe that I use on that particular video. Okay, let's talk about other additives. Besides the pouring medium, you have to add certain type of oils. So these are the oils that people use. Some of them, I'm going to give you some example of the oils that people use. This is called Dimethicone. This one is called FX Silk. And this one has Dimethicone. This one is very, very common used. It's called treadmill lubricant. Let me show you a bottle that is not dirty. This one is very popular. Many people use this one, and it produces very pretty cells. And some people use this one, and I've used it in one of the videos, Tresemme. I believe all these oils for the hair, they have silicone, and that's why they work. Some people use this one, the L'Oreal, and some people use the 3-in-1. And sometimes they use the Ox called Liquid. And this is the Tresemme, and I want to show you it is very yellow. So if you add that, you're going to add a yellow component on your painting, and that's not good. So I put that aside, and I'm not using it. This one seems to be very yellow too, so I will put it aside. I'm not going to use it anymore. But I tried it because I wanted to see what it does. And it is used in one of the videos. The ones that I use the most are the FX Silk and the treadmill. Those are my favorite. But you can use whatever you find in your house. You don't have to use what I use. I'm telling you, some people do use alcohol and some people use the blaster. So we are not done with the supplies. We have more supplies to go. One of the most important parts is the quality of the paint, the type of paint that you use. And this one is fabulous, fabulous for this type of painting. They're called DecoArt Americana Premium. They come in many, many, many colors. Many, many pretty colors. And they are wonderful for this type of painting because the majority are either transparent or semi-transparent. And when you take an opaque paint and combine them with transparent paints, that's when you get good cells. So I recommend you try. The reason why these are so fabulous is because the colors are wonderful. They're vibrant, and they're vibrant even when they're dry. They dry with the same color and vibrancy. So I recommend you use the DecoArt premium paints for this type of painting. So the other thing that you'll need is you need to have some tool to bring that silicone or oil that you put in the paints to the surface, because when that comes to the surface, it forms those cells. The opaque colors are going to go down, and the transparent colors and the colors that have the silicone will come up to the surface. All that oil is going to come up to the surface. And when you warm or heat your piece, that is when that oil comes to the surface. And for that, you can use a heat gun or you can use a torch. For me, the torch is better. But if you're afraid to use a torch, you can use the heat gun. I have these, and these are push pins. And I have two sizes. I have the big ones that I use for the large canvases, and I have the small ones that I use for the small canvases. And what I do is I put this underneath the canvas, and I will show you. See, underneath the canvas, there's the push pin, and they're good because it raises up the canvas, and then it's not touching the floor. This is one of the paintings I did with the Paint Easy, but the problem is it gives you, it is matte, and I was not aware of that. And I like my paintings to be very shiny, and it brought a component, a matte component that I didn't like on my painting. Anyway, it gives you good cells. You're gonna need some palette knives. Yeah, they're full of paint. I use them if I need to put more paint into the painting or to clean the edges. So sometimes to swipe, I use them. And if you watch my videos, you're gonna find different techniques and different tools that I use. I am not adding water to my paintings, but many artists do with good success. If you don't want your painting to be dirty on the back, what you do is you put tape. Before you do the pour, just put tape around it and cover it, and then when you're done, you can take off the tape and it's gonna be clean. But I do not matter this. And if I was gonna sell this, I'm gonna put some paper on the back to cover it. You'll need to have a hammer to push the push pins. So these canvases that I'm telling you about, they come with those pieces that you put in the back of the canvas. They're very difficult to put, but if you want to put them, they stretch your canvas. I have heard that if you're shipping it overseas, it is better if it have these things on the back, and this is the way to do it, like that. Okay, so this is the way to put the push pins. That easy. Okay, you're gonna also need, for mixing your pouring medium, you're gonna need one of these and one of these. When you're doing more than one flip cup, you need a hard surface so that you can put the cups, both cups at the same time in there. At the same time, you can put both cups and you can flip so it will be good to have one of these. Then you need paper towels. Sometimes I use straws to blow, not often, but I'll show you. And sometimes I use these sticks to also fix anything. And you can see me, I have one that are skinnier than others. All these supplies are on the description for the video, and you can watch my videos and you'll see me using them. Today we're gonna test the additives. We're not gonna test the pouring medium. We're gonna use the same pouring medium. In another video we can test different pouring mediums, but we're gonna use 3 primary colors. And today we have primary magenta, Cobalt Blue Hue, because it's one of the blue I have left, and Cadmium Yellow Hue. So I was not planning on doing this, so I didn't have enough of the small canvases, so I have a combination of canvases in here. I'm gonna use pouring mix that I mostly use. It is the one that has 2 parts of Liquitex, 2 parts of the GAC 800, and 1 part of the Floetrol. Okay, so all the canvases have the push pins on the back. I did not put the tape. I like to save material, so I do not mind. But before you put the push pins, you can put tape on the back if you need to. To make this video complete, I'm gonna mix in here the medium for you. This has milliliters. I'm gonna use 100, the 100 for the Floetrol. Then I'm gonna put 200 of the Liquitex. So 100 plus 200, you're gonna go with the Liquitex up to the 300. and then you're gonna go with the GAC up to the 500. So this is the way we're gonna do. For the Floetrol, I'm gonna strain it. I didn't have a stocking, so I'm using one from the kitchen, a strainer from the kitchen. But if you can use a stocking. So this is the Floetrol. I'm gonna put 100 of this one. This is the only one that I'm gonna strain. So now I have to go up to the one that says 300 with the GAC 800. So now it's up to the 300 milliliters. I'm gonna go up to 500 with the Liquitex. Okay, so let's use the funnel, and then we can go faster. Okay, so now we're gonna put the paints in these cups, and this is 5 ounces cup, but we're gonna do only a small amount of the paint, and I'm gonna put the same amount of the pouring mix that I put in this container, and I'm gonna mix like that. If you visit our Facebook group, you're gonna find a document that will tell you the transparency rating of these paints, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Cobalt Blue Hue and Primary Magenta. Primary Magenta is transparent. Cobalt Blue Hue. Cobalt Blue Hue is semi-transparent. So this one is semi-transparent. This one is transparent. And the Cadmium Yellow Hue. Cadmium Yellow Hue is transparent. So we have 2 transparent colors and 1 semi-transparent, and now we're going to put 1 opaque color, which is going to be the titanium white. The titanium white, which is going to be our opaque color. So the premium colors have more viscosity than the Americana colors. So I'm going to put about the same amount of the pouring medium on each of these colors, and I'm going to put less on the one that has the Americana. So I measure by eye, and I use about the same amount on each of these. This one seems to have more than the other 2. Okay, so, and less on this one. But this one has more paint. Okay, so now I'm gonna use those palette sticks that I show you at the beginning. And I'm going to start mixing it. And this is good, but not yet that good, because it still has some lumps. I don't know if you can see the lumps. It's not a continuous flow, so you need to add a tiny bit more. Not too much, it's almost there. So you need to add a tiny bit more, and this is the way I do it. You add a tiny bit more. So this is when I say in my videos, you add slowly until you get the consistency that you need. It still has some lumps, so I continue to add until I have the consistency that I need. And the consistency that I need, it is it's a continuous stream of paint. So it is very fluid, but it has body, because you'll see that at the end of that stream, you're gonna see that it builds up and forms like a mount, like a small mountain of paint at the end of the stream. So it's getting there, but it still has some chunks because it still needs a tiny bit more. And I don't know if you can see the buildup at the end. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with the rest of the colors. Normally, the way I do it is I put the oils right into the cups and then I mix it. But since today we are going to be trying different different oils, I'm going to put them in the pouring cup, in the dirty pour cup, and I will show you what that is. So where you put your colors, you can put it in a cup like this and pour the colors in there. That's going to be a dirty pour or dirty cup. Okay, so I have one set of each colors in there. Now I'm going to put the lubricant. Let's see, this one is only treadmill, so I'm going to put 3 drops. This one has treadmill and FX silk. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's put the FX silk. Okay, and this one has the blaster, and I lost the tiny thing that you put in there, so I'm just gonna use it like that. The blaster. Oof. And it's very smelly. This one is the oil, the ox cow, and I'm gonna find a pipette to put this one. This is a pipette. And I'm going to put the ox gall in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the ox gall. This one is the blaster. Now I'm going to put Dimethicone on this one. And I need a different pipette so it doesn't get contaminated. Let's use this one to put the Dimethicone. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the last one says that it is the, oops, 3-in-1. Could not read it. Oops, it comes a lot. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm gonna put the white. So let's put the white, and let's put the white from high. Let's put that like that. We want to be able to put the other colors. See, I put too much in that one. Okay, so now we're going to put more of the colors again. Now this is the one that had the treadmill, so I have to find the one that I named as treadmill, and I'm gonna do a flick cup. They're all gonna be flick cups. Whoa. And I'm gonna put white around it, and around all of them. And put it to the side. This is what the one that have treadmill plus the FX silk. Okay, treadmill plus FX silk. They're so full that the air is escaping, but and let's see if we're gonna be able to put all this in here. Okay, let's see. This is 3-in-1. If there's the ox skull. The ox skull. Then this is the blaster. Cannot see the name of this one, but it's the only one left is the Dimeticon. Okay, so let's bring the Dimeticon one. And I need to mix a tiny bit more white. Okay, so let's do the last one. And put aside these. I have enough paint to do one more pour after this. So I'm going to leave that one since it was the last one that I did. I'm going to tilt like that. Okay, let's torch these. They are somehow pretty. That is very pretty. That is pretty. Oh. Well, you don't want to do that. Hard to work with so many surfacing here. This one is pretty too. I'm gonna leave them organic because this is an experiment and I don't want to spill too much. Well, okay. Maybe that was too much. With this one. And I'm gonna torch them again in a minute. I lost a lot on this one. Let's see if we can save it. Okay, so let's torch these babies again. They are all different, they are all pretty. That's what I'm telling you. As long as you have a good pouring medium, all these oils, they make different cells. They're just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't think anyone is prettier than the other. They're all pretty. So use whatever additive you can find in your house. And I'm gonna take the paint from there, or maybe from the drippings, and cover some of my edges.